welcome to Wellingborough Community Resilience Forum. Today is about cooperation. This is our agenda today. We've gone over a bit, if you like, on the welcome and the introductions, but not too much. We're only about 4 minutes behind where we thought we'd be. And then we're going to try and work through the presentation, and it's got a bit of a fun look at what cooperation is and why I've decided this month is the time to do cooperation. We're going to look at existing partnerships and past partnerships. A few of us on here have been part of those. And then looking at ways, new cooperation, obviously your new activities, and then looking at how we can all help each other with those. Do stick your hands up. I am monitoring you on the other screen if you want to add anything. So this is why I've decided it's time to look at cooperation, because believe it or not, it's Co-op Fortnight. And Co-op Fortnight started on Monday and it goes right the way through till next Saturday, which is the International Day of Co-ops. You're gonna have to indulge me a little bit because I do like a bit of a story, so I do apologise about that. This year, us co-ops celebrate the diversity of co-ops, so everybody can see there's plenty of space to join in and be a co-op. Like, there's lots of businesses and community groups represented on here. If you did choose to be a co-op, it could be the way forward for you, but no matter the nature of your business, the size or the location, you could join us. Like I say, do indulge me for a second. Can you think of any co-ops? Does anybody want to stick their hand up or just shout out?
The one you work for.
Thank you. That's the food co-op and funeral care. So thank you for that, Joe. Yes, that is the big co-op, if you like, but believe it or not, there's hundreds of co-ops around and they're all different types. The one thing that makes them what they are is that they're run for their members. So as Joe rightly said, is the food co-op and funeral care are part of the same group, also do legal services and did lots of other things in the past as well. That's called a customer co-op. So you go in the shop, you pay £1 and then you're owning that particular co-op. There's other types of co-ops as well. Has anybody got any other ideas of another co-op locally?
The Red Hill one and the one, the Olympic one.
Who said that? Sorry, go on.
The one is in Olympic Way, and then the one is in the Red Hill as well.
That's right. That's all part of the food co-op, the one that I work for, as Joe put it. Tell you what.
There used to be the shoe factory that I used to work for used to be a cooperative, but it's no longer.
Okay, so that's interesting.
Lots of shoe factories were in the day, and then they were probably bought out privately when the shoe industry decided to decline.
So for anybody who'd like me to embarrass Debbie, that was Solivair in Wollaston. I never knew that was a co-op, but yeah, a lot of different organisations were co-ops and are now sort of coming back or starting to be co-ops. One local co-op that you may have been in or may have had a delivery from in Wellingborough is the Daily Bread Whole Food Shop in Northampton. That's a different type of co-op. It's a worker co-op. Okay. And the reason why they work, as Debbie's probably just pointed out, is because everybody cooperates. And I put this slide up because you're probably thinking exactly that. What's that got to do with me? Well, a co-op is an association of people or members that voluntarily meet, voluntarily act together for their common economic, social and cultural needs and aspirations. This can be as a business or as a community. We could be a co-op because we're the ones that stick our hands up for everything. I'm sure everybody sort of agrees with that. We all cooperate by working together to improve local people's lives during this forum and in our communities. Everybody agree with that? I think we're the ones that stick our hands up. Okay. Now, this presentation isn't about robins. It's about working together, about cooperating. So, to put it basically, cooperation is the process of groups of organisms, whether they be animals or people, working together for a common, mutual and underlying benefit, as opposed to our mate the robin, who you never see hanging around in pairs, who works like some people do for their selfish benefit. I'm losing my voice now. This is clever, isn't it? Whilst I recover, can anybody think of not people, but any other animal, for instance, that works for their own selfish benefit?
Shark.
Well done, Simon. That's a good one.
Cats.
Plenty of snakes out in the world as well, Jonathan.
Absolutely. So there's all sort of things. The reason why we're going down this cul-de-sac is because if you call somebody a shark or a snake or even a robin, do you know what I mean? It sort of builds a certain picture of somebody who's fairly selfish, doesn't it? And of course, we're not like that. Like many animal and plant species, we cooperate both with other members of our own species, i.e. us lot, and with members of other species. I'm not quite sure how that refers to us, but there we go. Can you think of any animals in particular that work well together?
Fish, dolphins.
Fish. Yeah.
Ants.
Ants. Thank you, Mary, for that.
Bees.
Beagles.
Beagles. I thought somebody did say bees, didn't they? Yeah. Why beagles, Simon? That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that they it's probably a very, very debatable topic here, but obviously they work together. I tell you what, yeah, they work together when they're on their escapades across fields.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, I think
not that I endorse that in a way, but obviously they hunt well. Let's say that.
Well, dogs in packs generally, like I say, they're pack animals like wolves and stuff like that. So it's a fair point. Somebody did say bees. And bees are obviously the most sort of, when anybody thinks of cooperation, bees have all sorts of different jobs, but essentially they're working together for the hive, aren't they?
Unless they're solitary bees.
Who said that? That was Joe, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, okay. There are the sharks of the bee world, if you like. When I did this presentation, I didn't even think of that, but there we go. So, okay, why should we cooperate? Does anybody have any ideas? Unless you fancy being a solitary bee, of course.
I think for me,
easier
Jonathan,
if we work together than trying to do it on our own.
Absolutely.
Yeah, teamwork makes the dream work. Ants are another good one, I suppose.
Tis a good one. Tis a good one. I hope you're finding this presentation fairly fun. It was meant to be a fairly light-hearted look at cooperation. Okay, anybody else got any good quotes like Simon's teamwork is dream work? Stunned you all.
There's no I in team.
There's no I in team. That's true. Fabulous. Okay. Well, I've got a few quotes for you. Here they come. Cooperation is more effective and more enjoyable than competition. Comes another little chestnut. Cooperation because everyone has something to give and we all need each other. I don't think the last one's as soppy as that. Yeah. Together we can make great things happen. Everybody tickety-boo with that? Okay. So how about cooperation in the community? Because that's what we're all here for, obviously. you think it would add to community sustainability? Well, in my view, community cooperation is essential to effective and long-term support. What we've had, particularly with the pandemic and a few other things that are coming up, is short-term relief, like a lot of grants have come out, and that only lasts as long as it's funded. I think what we're going to find out fairly soon is that potentially those grants might come to an end. So if we've started working with each other, community cooperation, however, ensures that no vacuums are left in communities after grants are inevitably retracted. I've stunned you into silence. That's not really the point of this. So, does anybody recognise that photo, Joe? Or possibly Jaya?
That was during one Wellingborough.
It is during one Wellingborough. So that's a good example of how we all work together in a time of need. These are three ladies, I believe. One's from Victoria Centre, one's from Glamis, and the lady with the orange coat is a volunteer. Lots of volunteers collected food from both Glamis and the Victoria Centre for people in need or who couldn't get out during the pandemic. I chose the right weather to take that photo, didn't I? Okay. Can you think of any other projects that we've worked on collaboratively with each other? Okay. There are a few. Even things like, for instance, our Welly Wombles from Wellingborough Eco Group. We base ourselves at Glamis Hall, but we've also got litter pickers at the library. We've got them at Victoria Centre, at Hemingwell Skills Centre, and a few other places around the town. So that's working together. And that's one of the really good things at the moment that's happening because we're working together. Another thing is the Ukrainian effort. Like between Glamis Hall and the Victoria Centre, there's a lot of good things going on in the town. So obviously Glamis Hall can't do everything, the Victoria Centre can't do everything, but with their shared resources, people from Ukraine, obviously in desperate need, are finding that there are services available for them within the town.
There's a new service as well.
Go on then, tell all.
I believe they sort of kick off tomorrow. They've got a market stall in town. It's organised by Amanda from Wellingborough Lions, and it's a new CIC to support Ukrainian refugees.
Fabulous.
Can I ask what that's called? Is it?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask that.
Sorry,
Hold
Joe.
on. Give me 1 minute and let me find the details.
You can't even have a quick Google either, can you?
In my emails.
Wellingborough Friends Community or something, I guess. That's one they want to set up. Friendship Community something.
Is it not the Lions?
Leave it with me a minute.
We'll leave it with you. Can anybody else, whilst we're leaving that with Joe for a minute, think of other examples of how people and organisations, or organisations and organisations, work together? I can think of a few at the library, Kirsty, if you want to chip in.
Oh God, don't keep telling me to say the library ones. I don't know any of them. There was the Wellingborough Homeless Forum.
Yeah.
So we was part of that for a little while until it got over our heads on that one.
Yeah. Well, a good example, I don't know if Jaya's still with us, is the stuff that Jaya does. That Karen popped in as well. There we go. I thought I was supposed to be letting people in here, but looks like we've got Karen Turner-Hawes. So that's Marion's wife, by the way, Simon. So are you there, Karen?
I am. It took ages to get in, but before that I was at the hospital this morning, so it's been a bit mad today. So
we're in the middle of a presentation, so I'll excuse you if you don't want to introduce yourself. But if you want to say hello to people, please do so.
I am Karen Turner-Hawes. I'm Marion's wife, and I run a group for people that are disabled, support group. Okay.
That's perfect. Yeah, we're just trying to get to see what groups are working with each other. Karen, I know you work with a few different groups.
Yeah, at times, yeah.
You're going to give us an example?
Well, I've done some work with Victoria Centre before, and I'm doing some work with Made for Many at the moment, around disabled people's stories. So,
good. You
yeah.
are.
I've found the information on the Ukrainian one. So it's a new CIC called Wellingborough Community Friends.
Fantastic. I think that's what Mary said about sort of 5 minutes ago, but is that what it's actually called then, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
This Saturday, they're holding a market stall on Market Street, Wellingborough, to raise important funds to open a community restaurant for those struggling with the choice of heat or eat. There will be a range of good quality, cheap clothes and other interesting items for sale. There'll be a lady there from Ukraine who will be helping on the stall to assist with translation, and who would like to come and, for anyone who would like to come and have a chat or needs clothes. Market stall's 9 till 12.
Super. I'll miss that quite nicely because we're on Bassett's Close, the Armed Forces Family Fun Day and a litter pick.
We're also hosting actually a lady called Mila here on a Wednesday. She's meeting with anybody that needs help from the Ukraine with filling in paperwork. She speaks a number of languages. So if anybody has anybody that needs help, she'll be up here.
Good. Does anybody else have any other examples, or should we move on? Because it'd be nicer to see your little... Who said
with Church and the youth clubs. The youth club, Up to You Youth Club, we also came up with a teen challenge. So that's again providing the food parcel to the homeless people if they are struggling. The people from the teen challenge will let us know. We prepare them and they collect it. Sometimes we do prepare it for work together with domestic abuse centers as well, and adult social, Northampton Adult Social Services as well. So we provide the food parcel and referral to them as well.
Fabulous. So from a very slow start, we've sort of worked out there's a good handful of things happening at least in the town, and that's just through the 8 or so people that are here. So there's lots of things going on, and I'm sure there's lots more. But obviously we could do more. We could cooperate more. We could work with each other. There's our Manchester bee, just in case you think I'm going mad with the bees, but the Manchester bee is obviously a symbol of cooperation. So why should we cooperate more? Obviously the need is greater than ever, really, for community and cooperation. Obviously we're all trying to create services that make it easier for people, but obviously if we're coming together to create some of those services, it would make more of a difference. And like I said in an earlier slide, it perhaps makes sure those vacuums are filled, because there's a lot of people doing some really good stuff, but there's I think there's a few bits that are being missed, if you like. Of course, when we cooperate more, we share skills, time and resources to benefit each other and the people we serve. So for instance, the library has got a lot of resources in one way, the town council has got a lot of skills and resources in another way, and of course the community centres perhaps have different sort of resources and skills. So we can try and sort of get the best out of everything, then obviously that will help local people. So how can we cooperate more with each other to make good things happen in our community? Would anybody like to answer that question?
I think communication is key, knowing what everybody else is actually doing. If we could have, if we knew more what about everyone was doing, we could know who to sort of partner up with.
Yeah, it's a fair point, that is, Kirsty. Okay.
I tend to get phone calls from people for all kinds of random questions. I think they just think everything's going on up here that isn't necessarily. So I do try and find out what other groups are doing so that I can refer people onto them. I know I've sent people around to see Mary. Whether they've gone is another. Mary, I've got another one actually that I need to send to you, who's emailed this week asking for a food parcel, because people think we're still doing the One Wellingborough project. So yeah, I do try and refer people on to other centres, but yeah, it'd be helpful to have information about everybody.
Yeah, well, but so things like I've probably said before, I think it's covered in our next slide, but things like the sharing things that we've got, like with the WhatsApp and the email group, it's quite a powerful thing to be able to say, hey, we're doing this, bang it in the WhatsApp group or an email to everybody, and then everybody gets it, and depending on how sort of a response or whatever sort of content it's got, choose your method. Anybody got any other sort of suggestions on how we can cooperate more?
I think certainly for my part, Jonathan, I mean, Kim, who's not here today, she's been WhatsApping me privately about some, information she's been looking for. So we've been trying to support what Kim's looking at doing. And she actually came to our business lunch this week as well, which is fantastic. So it's great to be able to introduce her to people further afield across Northamptonshire. And that's sort of the offer I'm making to anybody really around sort of the business community. If we can help signpost people on, or we know about particular information or anything, then don't be frightened to pick up the phone or message me via the WhatsApp group really, and get in touch, because obviously we've got various information that we've got accessible to us. We haven't got everything, as we all know, but we've got information that may be of benefit to people locally. So
good. No, thank you for that. That's really good. Quite excitingly for me, and I don't know if everybody wants to hear this, but I'll tell you anyway. I drove a car for the first time in 7 months this morning, so I might actually be able to get out and see people a bit further away. So it was my wife's tiny little car, and obviously there's a bit of an issue me struggling to get in it, but it's all good. Which camera am I looking at? That one. Shall we move on? Okay. Now, I work for the Co-op. The Co-operate platform is something that the Co-op do, and it's owned by us. Sounds a bit like a BBC announcement, this, doesn't it? But as you can see, Co-op is an online community centre for cooperation from the Co-op. I don't think I can say Co-op anymore. It's for people who care about their community, want to join forces to get things done, and it brings people together in our communities to make good things happen. So we say it's created with communities, for communities, and owned by communities. We've got a few community groups in the town that have registered with that. It's great, like both Wellingborough Eco Group, I know Mary's done it for redeemed funds. It's a good way that people can find sort of volunteers and share sort of services and stuff like that. And if you did want to have a look at that, it's cooperate.coop.co.uk. Anyway, that's enough plugging for one day. And of course, we do cooperate by working together on this forum. We can help each other to make Wellingborough a better place to live and work for everyone. That's the point of this forum. As I may have said and spoilt this slide already, use this forum, and I'm going to turn this screen off in a second, you'll be glad to know. Use our email list, the WhatsApp group. We've also got a Facebook group as well. So some people are really into Facebook and stuff like that. So we've taken over the old One Wellingborough Plus Facebook group and called it Wellingborough Community Resilience Forum. So my last question is, what new activities do you have and what new events do you have, and how can we all help? And you're glad to know that's it. And we're back. would anybody like to start us off with what new activities they've got? I know Joe said a couple at Glamis Hall already. Don't be afraid to repeat yourself, because obviously we were sort of not able to see each other so much. For instance, if you want me to start it off, there is a Armed Forces Fun Day tomorrow. Goes from 10 o'clock till 4 o'clock. The Wellingborough Eco Group has got a stall. It's all about fun. So there's, believe it or not, Joe, there are the racing camels or giraffes, whatever they are. We've got ping pots. So I got some ping pong balls from one of our swap shops, and I've obviously got quite a few plant pots, being a gardener. So I'm going to make a pot game so people can chuck things and hopefully not win a lot, because that could be a short game. And we've also got a massive giant teddy that people are going to try and guess the name of. So there's a few things that we're doing, as well as a litter pick. The litter pick's from 10 till 12. All the equipment is supplied, so do pop down. We'll even give you a high-vis jacket to wear. Have a little tidy, and then have some fun in Bassett's Close. So that's my offer for everybody. Would anybody else like to have an offer?
I'll go, because I've got to go shortly, so I'll quickly jump in. I administer, along with a lady who lives in Toaster, a group called the Northants Job Site. So it is a completely voluntary group, and we have set it up to help members of all the different communities in the county to access what we call hidden jobs. Everybody's welcome to join, and we also welcome employers and employers to join to advertise as well. So there's lots of activities that go on within the groups, not just job searching, but we have a resident careers advisor who gives careers advice and guidance for free, which is funded by the National Careers Service. So there's quite a lot going on there, but it's all run by volunteers among the different communities in the county.
What's the address for that? The you say it's an online.
It's just it's on Facebook, so it's just called the Northants Job Site, and job site's one word.
Fabulous. I'll certainly have a look at that. Not that I need any more jobs, but
I'll send you the link, Jonathan, on the email. Okay.
Fabulous. Okay. Would you like to be part of the community email list, Debbie, before you go? I'll join you up to that, and perhaps your first email could be that link to everybody. Would somebody like to go next?
Well, our next big event, as I mentioned earlier, is the 23rd of July. So we have the Eco Group coming with their racing reindeers. Oh no, giraffes for the summer.
Giraffes,
sorry, racing giraffes.
I always call them camels. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, racing giraffes, and I have a giant giraffe that's guess the name of to win the teddy. Fabulous. To go with the racing giraffes. Right, so we've got a couple of different groups and services that are going to be here. Hopefully Kim is coming. We've started talking to her about attending. I've got a baby play area, I've got donkey rides, face painting, hook a duck, mini golf, police van, colorscape, plate smashing, coconut shy, kids play area, cuddlies, farm animals, penalty shootout, and many other things, and it's a free event to attend. So if anybody would like to come and join us. And there's popcorn and candy floss.
What was the date of that again, Joe?
23rd of July. It's the first Saturday of the school holidays every summer. So this will be our 6th year, I think, of doing it.
Fantastic. And what time does that go on to and from?
10 till 3.
10 till 3. Fabulous. I think we've got all the details for that.
I think we want a stall there. I think Emma's going to be contacting you.
Yeah, I spoke to Sally last week. I had a meeting with Sally about having a stall. Yeah, all stall holders are required to provide a game, so she was going to sort something out game wise, because we try and do it as not an information event. It is a family fun day, so if stalls want to come and engage, then they have to provide an activity or something fun to do with a prize. And the prize is a lolly or a little bag of Haribo. It's nothing exciting.
Do you know if Wellingborough Library is got a stall already, or any
I haven't spoken to
involved at
Wellingborough
all?
Library. No.
Okay, cool.
Drop me an email.
Yeah, we'll do.
It's good. Would anybody else like a stall at Joe's summer festival, stroke family fun day?
I'll have one if you could go in the stocks, Jonathan.
I have stocks. I have never have anyone to go in them, so you two are more than welcome to come and join.
My diary's full. Sorry, Joe.
Oh, mate, I was just about to get in the stocks.
Well, Jonathan's going to be here anyway, so I could just put him in the stocks instead of in the servery.
You make sure you've got a padlock on it,
yeah?
Yeah. There's got to be rules against that, isn't there? But there we go. Yeah, I'm sure that would be the most popular stall if I got in there. But Joanne, you look like you would like to share some events.
Yep, so we've got some lined up. Emma's been busy. So we've got a reptile encounter on the 9th of July on the Market Street. We're also doing a weekend of walking trails. So at the moment, I'm devising a long trail to use. And then, of course, there's a short trail that's already on the app. So it'll be app-based, and then we'll just walk you along and speak to you about the history of the town. And we've got the beach coming back in August. So we'll have that upon the market, where the market stalls are, kind of thing. And we're hopefully going to have lots of little things, obviously, going along with it. Emma's still sorting that one out. And also
Live
there was
crabs,
one more thing.
When we're talking about little things, are they live crabs we're talking about? Sorry, I'm just trying. I'm aping Simon. Sorry, just sort of chipping in a bit there.
We have our character people walking around, so there might be some character people. We're looking at like different activities just to go alongside the beach.
Fantastic. Lots going on for Wellingborough Town Council. Good. Do you need any help with that? Like, half the point of this presentation was cooperating. It was great to see that everybody jumped on Joe. That's probably not the right thing to say, but with her family fun day. What sort of things can other people get involved with for that? Obviously, the library's actually in the town centre. Probably could do a few bits. I'm just picking on you, Kirsty. Sorry.
No,
but...
we do. I don't know if they've contacted Wellingborough already, but normally we do like a rhyme time on the beach and stuff. We have done in previous years. We dressed up as Peppa. I didn't dress up. One of my colleagues dressed up as Peppa Pig, and we went down, done a rhyme time. So I'm sure they're probably going to contact Wellingborough again, and we'll be able to do a few events outside there.
And I know that from personal things. I think we went to it. So that's good.
Yeah, if anybody knows of what happened previously, kind of thing, and if anybody can come along or provide any services or help like promote it as well, I guess. Yeah, please do email in, because anything would be gratefully received.
Where did you say it's going to be this year?
It's going to be up by the market stalls. Yeah, where the COVID place used to be.
Okay. Don't put it too close to the toilets. I know that was a big complaint last time, that it was in the wrong place near the toilet side of things.
No, I think there's quite a few stalls near that area anyway, so we should be far enough away so that it doesn't interfere.
Okay. Interesting, isn't it? You'd think you'd want a toilet close to a beach. I know I always do, but there we go. I'm glad I'm making Simon laugh anyway.
I'm just thinking about the recording, Jonathan. That's all I'm thinking about.
Well, as soon as you're now speaking, Simon, have you got anything you'd like to share and perhaps for people to get involved with?
Yeah, I mean, for us, obviously we've got various, network meetings going on around the area that, businesses that want to come into any of the networks or anything like that want to understand more about some of the support we're giving, then obviously they're more than welcome. We have got a big event taking place next year, in June next year, around startup businesses as well. So it's probably not for now, but it will be as we go forward. Keen to talk to startup businesses and really celebrate the startups and the smaller businesses around the whole of the area, really across Northamptonshire. So obviously I'll come on to more details later in the year, but yeah, I think for us, we've always got bits going on. In case you just go to the website, see what's on there. The link I'll put in the chat page earlier, chat box, and just really want to know that businesses can feel that they're not isolated, or if they're feeling they want some support, then see what's going on and see what we can do to help.
Cool. Yeah, I can see you put a few bits in there, and Debbie's, I don't know if Debbie's still with us, but if she is, she's put her her Facebook group in there as well, if anybody's interested. Of course they're interested. Crikey, how dare I say such a thing? Okay, we've still got some people on here that haven't shared anything yet. I know Debbie's still there smiling. Kirsty, we did kind of interrupt you, actually. I'm not sure we gave you... Are you off, Debbie?
Bye.
Yeah, see you later, Debbie. I sort of interrupted you, didn't I, with sort of doing stuff with Wellingborough Town Council. Is there anything else that's going on at the library?
Oh,
I know you do like
lots and lots. I know you follow a lot about what we do. Anyone that doesn't follow what Wellingborough Library do, please follow the Facebook page. It's a really active Facebook page that stays on top of like everything that they're up to. Things that we've got coming soon. On Friday, the 15th of July, we're doing a tabletop sale. So it's where parents can come and bring their old things and sell off, you know, cheap secondhand things to other mums and back and forth. Because there's not really much of that. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. There are mum-to-mum markets, they're called. But if we could get something in the town, you know, that'd be really good for the mums. I know, especially as a mum, these things last like 3 months. And then you've spent £80 on two pairs of shoes that they've grown out of in 12 weeks. So that's one thing coming up. Also, we've got the summer reading challenge coming up. So that's so that the school age children can come in, read 6 books over the summer holidays. They get a certificate and a medal at the end of it. And it's just because it's proven that in the summer holidays, children's reading declines. So that's really important to try and get them interested in, you know, keeping up with their reading. What else? There was something else I had in mind that I've now forgot.
What's the minimum age for the reading challenge? I think Sophie did tell me the other day.
Yeah, it's school age children, so infant and primary school. However, we do different things for the under 5s as well. So they can have like a little stamp book and they get the stamps when they come in, and a certificate every 6 stamps they get, so that everyone can take part. But obviously also some people may have disabilities where their reading age is that of a, you know, a younger child. So we let them join as well. We wouldn't ever turn them away if they wanted to be part of it. So yeah, it's really important. Obviously, there's just all the other things that we do generally that people don't know about, you know, all the under 5 groups, loneliness cafes, manga group. I mean, the manga group has like 30 people, 30 young adults every time. You know, you've got over 30 young adults. If I'd have ran it, it wouldn't have had 30, but the lady that is running it knows what she's doing. I'm hoping what I can do is send everyone, you know, like a list of everything that the library does, so that you can pull pieces of that if you need to, you know, with what you do, and so that you can refer people onto us, because I think there's a lot that we can help with that people don't know that we can help with. And if you knew what we can help with, you know, I've been creating a list at the minute of everything we do. It's not finished yet, but I'll still send it through, so you do get that. But we have as you know, we have so many events at Wellingborough all the time. The Loneliness Cafe, we got 13 people, which I didn't think was too bad.
Yes, good.
So yeah, that's all I can think to mind at the minute. But like I said, the Wellingborough Library Facebook page is really active. I might sometimes have to mute the page from my own Facebook, but I just go on it when I want. But it just shows everything that we're doing, and they share what other people are doing as well. So if you have got something that you want our page to share, we, you know, especially if we're helping with it, we can share that as well to get families going. Don't know if you'll know, but we do the under 5 sessions. We get loads and loads of families, as you know, Jonathan, to our under 5 sessions.
Yeah, we do.
And that's such a good selling point for us, because we have them all there. So we're all like, right, this is what we've got going on, and they will come to it. So yeah, that's all I can think of at the minute.
I think I've just turned my camera off. I don't even know I did that. So there you go. Sorry about that.
Oh no, leave it off.
Obviously, even the computers have nothing looking at me. But there we go. No comments from Simon needed there. What about our new person in Kettering? She's being very quiet wherever she's gone. There she is.
Yeah, I've unmuted myself. So obviously I'm in Kettering, so I'm not going to talk about what we can do, but I'm just going to point out a couple of things that are available that isn't always on everyone's radar, especially with the summer holidays coming up. Half places are being released on Monday. So this is the Holiday Activities Fund. So anyone who accesses Pupil Premium can get a code from their school, and they can book their children onto these places, and it doesn't cost them. So they get 6 hours, around 6 hours a day. They get a meal at lunchtime. They learn about food and nutrition, as well as the activities that will be taking place. And there's a variety of sports and arts stuff going on. So that's across the county. So if you've got anyone who's struggling, let them know about that. Get them to chase the school for their code if they're eligible. And then if you are out in the communities, there's a new initiative that Northampton General Hospital are doing, which is a pilot scheme for stroke rehabilitation. So any members of the community who have had a stroke, there is a free pilot scheme for them to join, and they just need to contact their community stroke team, and they can be referred onto this My Stroke Hub. And it's all about looking at the whole person. So we're offering dance and movement rehab sessions. We're offering aphasia choirs. We're looking at emotion things. So we're looking at all that kind of stuff to help them with that rehabilitation pass after having a stroke. So please get that information out into the community.
Sounds fab. And say you could share that with either myself or Simon, and we'll share that across the people that aren't here. I keep on going on about it, but the email group has got about 23 people on it, so not everybody's here. I know you've got your hand up, Joe, but both Joes have, and I think Joanne from Wellingborough Town Council put hers up first, if you don't mind me saying.
Okay. Yeah, you just reminded me, we're looking to hold half in the summer holidays as well. We want to run it from the Queensway area from the 8th to the 15th or 12th of August, and then the following week St Mark's is going to hold one from the 15th to whatever the Friday is that week. And then we're looking to also do one in the Hemingwell area as well from the 22nd. So we're looking to hold like 4 hours a day. We're going to provide a lunch. We just need a qualified coach and some volunteers to help run it. And that's what I'm trying to find at the moment. So if anybody does know of any qualified coaches that can do some sporting or some, I'm going to come to you actually, Joe, and because you have a performing arts group and another football club that comes on a Thursday as well. So I'm going to ask if it's possible to have their contact details, because then I want to try and see if they'll be able to do like a day doing some activities and such for us as part of that 3-week program that we're looking to do.
Fabulous. And that sort of leads in nicely to Joe, doesn't it, really, since Joe had her hand up too?
Yes, I've got 2 football groups. I've got our football group, but I've also got one through Northampton Town as well. So, and they're here tonight, Joanne. So I can talk to them and give them your email address if you want. Oh, you might have come across that, Anna Letts.
I've already spoken to Anna.
Right.
Yeah, I spoke to her yesterday already. Yeah.
Okay.
She
Yeah,
actually told me to contact you to talk about the other football club and about the performing arts thing as well.
Okay. Yeah. We've got a theatre group for kids, and we've got an adults one as well on a Monday and a Tuesday. Becky's saying about the stroke team. We've just started working with the community stroke team, with taking volunteers for people that need to get their confidence back up for getting into work. We've got somebody starting, I think it's next week. So yeah, they're now placing people with us to get their confidence back up to go out and get another job and get back at working. Summer holiday events, our theatre group are doing Play in the Week. It's not a free event, I'm afraid, but it doesn't qualify for the half, because we can't provide them with a meal. But that's the kids come in on a Monday, get given a script, and then by the end of the week they've made the props, learnt the show, and they perform it to their parents on the Friday. The library stuff, Kirsty, yeah, your list that you're doing, that would be really helpful. And Jonathan, something I thought of, somebody, Kirsty, you said about the clothing. Is that something that could tie in with Kat and all the clothing we've got here with swapping items maybe.
Yeah, it's definitely something to explore. This is a new thing that we've just started, so I don't know how it's going to go as of yet. But yeah, it was just, we thought it would be a good idea for mums.
Yeah, so on a Tuesday, the Eco Group are here 2 till 6, and there's all kinds of services, isn't there, Jonathan? There's food, there's toys, games, clothes.
There's even something called Wellingborough Baby Bank, which sounds like
There
it will sort of
is.
dovetail nicely with that. It's a Facebook group because obviously everybody's got one of those, but it's also, as Joe rightly said, Tuesday afternoons 2 till 6. There's donated nappies, a whole selection of clothes and toys for babies. And like I say, it's either available for a small donation or as part of our swap shop for a swap. Because on the same afternoon, we have a swap shop where anybody can bring anything and almost swap anything. Obviously, there's slight limits to that, but things are available for donations too.
Yeah, so the kids can bring in a toy they don't play with anymore, don't they? And then swap it for something that they've seen that they like the look of, things like that.
And the local kids do at least 4 times every Tuesday afternoon.
Yes.
So, yeah, which is nice to see them.
The biggest customers live 2 doors away from here and are in and out all day.
It's a bit of fun. We're quite busy, aren't we, Joe? So that's good. There's also something called Food Sharers as well, which is a patch on what Mary does. I don't know if Mary's still here, but it's basically, there's lots of food there available for free. So whilst you're doing your swaps, you can collect a few food items to help people with the cost of living crisis. Plus, because it's Wellingborough Eco, of course, there's litter picking involved as well somewhere along the line. So we'll lend out litter pickers and hoops and bags and all the rest of it too. Are you pointing at somebody there, Joe, or just sort of sticking your hand up? Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry, yeah, our entertainer for the afternoon's just left. He was waving at me.
Oh, okay. Oh, I did one of these the other day on my mobility scooter coming back from Glamis Hall, going to my house, and I was waving at traffic, and I got accused of sort of trying to get their attention whilst I was doing that. But anyway, different matter. Luckily for me, they thought I was on a bicycle, so yeah, there you go. Jaya, you're very quiet. That doesn't often happen. Would you like to share anything that you're doing?
There's not a lot at the moment. I've got a few things in the pipeline, but they're not concrete yet, so I can't share them with you.
It's secret.
Sorry.
That sounds
but
exciting.
If there is anything, I certainly will. I will send the information to you, Jonathan. Then you can kind of share it with everyone, if that's okay.
Definitely. Again, like I say, I think you're part of the community email list, so do post on there. Do you know what I mean? It's a fairly underused resource that I know sort of Simon uses occasionally, more the WhatsApp group, but it's there for everybody to use. Karen, you're the other person I haven't picked on yet.
I haven't really got much to share. I just wonder where Becky comes from, what group you're, because I didn't hear at the beginning.
That's for you, Becky. Ooh.
Yeah, no. My mic doesn't want to play games today, so I keep having to kind of like try and get it to click on. So I run a voice and arts company up in Kettering, but I'm come down to kind of sneak in today just to see what's going on with Simon. But we're a social enterprise, and also I'm a sponsor for a Ukrainian family. So we were going to see what was happening with the support and situation with the Ukrainians within Northamptonshire as well, across the board.
Okay, thank you. The reason I'm asking, because I do the disability support, and there's someone that's recently joined us who's recently had a stroke, and so I'm just gathering information. So I just wanted to know where people,
So yeah, get them to speak to either Kathy Hood or to Emily Topless. They are the best people to get them onto this pilot scheme.
Okay, right, thank you.
And Jonathan, can I just jump in there? Karen, I invited Becky along today to come and meet Marion virtually. And then when Jonathan said that Marion wasn't able to come to that, I was like, oh no. So I think it'd be really good if maybe Becky and I can pop over at some point and sit down with yourself and Marion and have a decent cup of coffee as well, because we're always rushing around a bit. Just to talk really around the Ukrainian situation, but also see how, I mean, obviously when I look at it, Kettering and Wellingborough are the two key places within Northamptonshire, and how we can all work together to drive the area forward. So I think we're really good use of time as well.
Okay, great. Okay, I'll tell her.
Marion's got your details, hasn't she, Simon? So is that the best way to contact?
She's always WhatsApping me or Facebooking me, or she's emailing me as well these days. So all three directions it's coming out. So
yeah, she does like an email, bless her. Okay, right. Okay, so
sorry, quickly, Becky, if you don't mind sharing your contact details, and I can share them with Mila, who is our Ukrainian lady who's running the English lessons here, and she's also helping with paperwork, and she's got hundreds of people that she's supporting and working with over here, and she's been taking them to the banks and to the job centre, and we've got a volunteer that's running backwards and forwards to the passport office in Birmingham as well. So if you want to share your details, and then we can link you up with them.
I'll pop them in now.
Okay.
Okay. On the Ukrainian front, of course, we have got, as part of our website, wellingborough.org, a page for Ukrainians. It does have some of the stuff that's going on in Wellingborough on it. It's also got another page linked to that page, which is the steps about sponsoring somebody. So you can go through that page, and it tells you what to do at each stage. Written by Heather and Marion, so who know an awful lot more about it than me. So it's up to date. It's only been on there for a couple of weeks. So if you'd like to have a look at that, perhaps Becky or Karen or whoever sort of is involved with this would like to have a look at it. And if it's got a few bits that are wrong or things that need to be updated, again, do let me know and we can get that changed. So say wellingborough.org, if you like, is our website. It does share a lot of the things that we do. Sophie, for instance, sent me a load of new pictures and a new bit of bump for Wellingborough Library. So one of the most recent things on there is an updated version of something we did 2 years ago for Wellingborough Library. So again, if anybody wants to be featured on that website, send some pictures, send some information, and I shall put you on there, because it's all about sharing, having some sort of a link for people. And it's quite a good website, isn't it? Wellingborough. Quite a good name, wellingborough.org. So you'll be able to find it fairly easily. Has anybody else? I think we've been around everybody, but do chip in if anybody else has got anything else they'd like to add. And then I think the next thing to suggest is, would anybody like to help anybody else? Does anybody else want to say that?
Obviously, the library is available to everyone. If we can help in any way, we always will. I'm on a project at the minute which is outreach, getting us out there. So I've got all sorts of things coming up on my list for this month. I'm going to the Older People's Fair in Kettering. I'm going to the Victoria Primary School Fete in the Swansgate for the day, Party in the Park in Rushden, Irchester Country Park and Sywell Country Park. That's all in the next month. So if anyone has things, I'm happy to, in case it comes up, as long as I know what all of you guys are doing, if anything comes up, I'll share them as well. I've just got to try and retain it all. There's so much to remember, but I just like to be updated with what everyone's doing. And anytime I'm at these outreach events, I'll of course signpost them to you if needed.
So what do you do at these events, Kirsty? Do you sort of represent the library, or are you just there to share everybody else's stuff?
I'm just there to people watch. No, I'm only joking. No, I have a stall. Depending where it is, we take games with us if it's that type of event. So when we go to the country park, we'll probably have a little game to attract the kids, and then we have like the leaflets, and I just talk to people. That's all it is really. Sometimes we've got freebies, we hand away freebies, but really we're just opening a conversation with people, and telling them about the library. You know, we get a lot of people that are, you know, I'll save the libraries, and then you're like, when did you last come in? Oh, 22 years ago. You know, and we've had people say, oh, you need to change what you do and have activities for under fives, and like we do. So it's really just talking to people, getting our name out there, and just seeing what we can do to help. And also people will give you, you know, you should start doing this, and it builds our ideas as well. So really I'm just representing all the libraries in the north, and I just alter it to sort of where I'm going as to what I'm doing.
Cool. That's really, really cool. So there we go. If anybody's got an event, Kirsty will come to it. There you go. Everybody heard that. Anybody else going to stick their hand up for that? On that, actually, all joking aside, when I'm wearing this badge, I don't know if I can show you, it says Member Pioneer. Anybody does need me to come for a couple of hours to one of your events or whatever it is, that is part of my role within Wellingborough. I know I've just said I'm just started driving again, but I think catering's a bit of a push for my remit, if you like. But yeah, so, and as well as like with Wellingborough Eco Group as well. I know there's a few things that I keep on talking to the guys at the library about, and obviously I've had words with Joanne from Wellingborough Town Council as well. If you want the Eco Group to sort of bring some of our sort of fun stuff, some of our events and stuff, then do let me know. Simon's got his hand up. Thank you for saving me, Simon.
Yeah, that's all right. Talking about your offer of coming out to events, obviously we're involved with the Wellingborough and East Northants Chamber of Commerce as well. Are you familiar with the summer event going on at, although it is at Chester House? I think Marion may be talking that day about the environment, actually. I don't know who the speaker is, but obviously I've connected Pritesh, the president of the chamber, up with Marion to actually focus on the environment. But if you're out and about and able to drive, Jonathan, it'd be great if you can get along to that one. That'd be really good, I think.
The summer one's at Stanwick Lakes, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. I think it is Stanwick Lakes. I've just checked my
diary.
It's
Stanwick Lakes.
15th of July.
7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Did you just say, who said 7 o'clock in the morning?
I wasn't going to say it. I'll let somebody else say
that. Is it really 7 o'clock in the morning? Wow. Okay, well, Marion's speaking at that. I've just taken the executive decision. No, I think, all joking aside, Marion has sort of stuck her hand up for that, so that's good.
I thought she had. I wasn't sure because it's not been said who the speaker is, but I know I've connected Marion and Pritesh, the president, up together. So, so fantastic. No, really good.
Okay, so just remind us again, because I got shocked by the 7 o'clock in the morning bit. What date
I'll
is
put
that?
The details in the chat for you.
Thank you, Simon.
It's 15th of July at Stanwick Lakes.
Well done, Joanne. I'm scribbling all this down. I'm not sure what I'm going to do because I probably can't read my own writing, but there we go. So the offer is there from me, and obviously, like I say, if you want us to share anything via the website and the various Facebook groups and everything else, that's what it's there for. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to add? Or I think record time, we're normally sort of going over rather than going under, so I'm quite surprised. The point, what I've tried to do today is have a nice conversation with all of us, because last month was just dominated by a massive sort of presentation, and we just didn't get this opportunity to all look at each other and kind of go, oh, I can do this, I can do that. And I thought that actually, because this is about cooperation, that's what we should do. So I hope you've enjoyed that. And I think if everybody's satisfied, Joe's got her finger up.
Sorry, just while you're saying about the eco things that are happening, we're also a recycling centre for anybody that wants to recycle to support the community. Maybe a bit tenuous to support the community, but we recycle pens, Tipex mice, bras, stamps, batteries, cans for helipads for hospitals, They need 5 million cans for one helipad at a hospital. The area at the moment have collected 1.5 million, apparently. The guy comes from Rutland to collect them all. So we're not quite half a helipad, but they're getting there. If you go on our Facebook page, there's a photo album that shows all the different recycling products that we can take. The charity earns pennies for some of the stuff because we recycle it through TerraCycle. So it then goes to support the day centre clients for buying activities and games that they want in the day centre.
Fabulous. Have you got your hand up again, Simon, or is that?
Yeah, I was going to say, I just posted the chat. Marion is talking at the event in July at Stannick Lakes, not Chester House. Joe, I'll have a chat with you about the helipad situation as well, because I might have some contacts might be able to help on that as well. So if you're looking at getting some metal cans to get recycled, I'm thinking of one, maybe two companies that might be able to add some further strength to that if they're not doing it already.
Okay, yeah, it's any drinks cans that they'll recycle.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Jonathan, I do need a conversation with you about that as well later on.
Fabulous. I was going to say, as part of my co-op role, I've got a meeting with a chap for that. He's proposing that we have a big red bin, but I've spoken to a couple of your trustees and they weren't so keen on the idea.
Oh, well, we need a bin. We can't keep doing it the way we're doing it.
Okay. Well, we'll have a word. Perhaps if you have a word with the trustees on Sunday, that's when your meeting is it? Or am I making that up?
No, it got moved.
Oh, okay.
So well, please don't tell me they've moved it back to this Sunday.
I thought that's when you said it was on Tuesday, but okay.
Oh, yeah, and then I found out it had been moved and I'd forgotten.
Okay, right, fabulous. So that's something that we need, but it does cost £400. So that could be something that us as a community could look at, sort of. I don't know, funding.
So but, the charity that want us to collect the cans don't supply the bin to put the cans in?
No, that's why I wanted to meet with him, because I didn't believe it, but that's what I've been told. Joanne's got her hand up. If we, yeah,
just to let you know that Wellingborough Town Council have actually got a grant that's available. So if you go onto our website and search for grants and then see if you're eligible, you can fill out the form and it'll get taken to a meeting to be decided. So thinking of that for funding.
Is that for anybody? Because obviously some grants are only available to charities rather than community groups. What sort of stipulations, that's not the right word, are there for that?
Let's have a look.
Because obviously we've got.
I can send it through on the email chat thing we have.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea, because like I say, there's quite a wide range of people here. There's businesses, charities, community centres, community groups, self-employed people doing stuff like not-for-profits, if you like.
So yeah, various community groups and charities within the town. It's open to all non-profit organisations and designed to support new projects and events in the town.
Cool.
So there's a policy online anyway and an application form.
Super duper. Right, I've got Simon with his hand up again, I think.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to drag this meeting out to 3:30, Jonathan, to make it into the normal.
That's good. You're doing well, Tom.
Yeah. One of the things I also sit on the board of Bedford College Services, which is obviously the catering aspect and catering side of Tresham College. Works alongside the educational side of Tresham and the Bedford College Group. We are still looking for another trustee. To come and join the board. We've got two representatives in Northamptonshire, which is myself and a Victoria Perry, if any of you know a councillor or was a former councillor. So we are looking for someone, especially around the legal area. It'd be good to get another voice from the north of the county, rather than sort of being quite Bedford centric, which is what a lot of the board is. So if any of you do know someone that's got, I don't know, probably about 12 hours a year to sit on the board for the meetings, then always happy to have a further conversation.
Okay, I got catering college. Do you mean the Tresham College, or is that something?
It's Tresham College. We look after the commercial aspect. So where Kettering and Corby campuses have got the AstroTurf and things like that, we're dealing with renting out the AstroTurf, but also actual managing the catering within the college. So that's not actually managed by the actual education side. It's actually managed by Bedford College Services. All the profits are ploughed back into the education sector, so an education side. So as I said, if you go into Tresham in Wellingborough, you've got Munch and Mocker and things like that in there, and it's that sort of thing that we're managing, and obviously staffing as well. As I said, we're kind of, I will say it, but we're kind of looking for someone around the legal sector, the legal side, to sit on the board with us. So it's quite a specific role we're looking to fill, but I'm keen to try and get someone from the north rather than someone from Bedford area jump on the board with us. So
No, fair point. I saw a photo of you the other day, Simon. And it was all
do you know
about
what? I know which one you're referring to as well. Is it regarding the NHS one as well?
that's the one.
Jeez. I was in a very well-known supermarket beginning with a T and ending in an O, and I won't say it because I know they're competing to you guys, Jonathan. But obviously, I was packing my shopping bag and I was like, "What the hell is my mugshot doing on the community board on that poster?" I was like, "No, this is embarrassing." No wonder the cashier looked at me as if to say, "Is that or is that not?" And I'm thinking it's only a poster, but yeah, a bit embarrassing.
Do you want to tell us about not the photo, perhaps what you were doing on it, because it was about volunteering for something? No.
Yeah, it was actually a wanted poster, but there we go. No, it was to do with the NHS and trying to get more around Kettering General Hospital to. Do you know what? I didn't read the print. I'll be honest. I just looked at the picture, but it was more to do with obviously trying to encourage volunteers to come in to help support the work that the hospital does, obviously around the area. So the volunteer team, we did a big push this year to try and grow the amount of volunteers around the area, because obviously we know the hospital serves such a wide area, and obviously with the pandemic and coming off the back of the restrictions being lifted, there's some great voluntary positions available for people who are looking to obviously get involved with the hospital and play some time. And I don't give a lot of time, but also I just give what I can. But it's just a fantastic thing to be part of. So, but they just picked me for some reason.
Because you're the star of their radio show, Simon, or were probably, but
were more like it. Were.
On that, obviously, I don't know if that is a thing that could go on. I'm just going to remind you of a couple of bits, and then we can go. That's something that could possibly go on the Cooperate platform that I was talking about earlier. So cooperate.coop.co.uk, and a lot of these groups, I don't know, like perhaps the library could go on there just to try and get more people in. I know the library are always after volunteers, aren't they, Kirsty? So, and Joe, you're on mute again, but I'm sure you just said that you're looking for volunteers too.
Always.
Yeah, we're the same, but volunteers that are actually going to bring something, to us that we can't do, kind of thing. Not someone that we need to spend more time looking after,
I think that's the nice.
We're always looking for volunteers in the day centre, but then also for our children's stuff to support the youth club or the football.
Yeah, well, we were looking at perhaps having something like, I know myself and Marion were looking at doing something like a time bank where people can volunteer at all different places, but perhaps using what there is already, and if the co-op's providing it for us to use, that could be a good start for that. So there's that. Anybody got anything else to say? We've done quite well. We're sort of only 4 minutes shy now, Simon, so that's good. Okay.
If I can just be added to the email list, and that would be great.
Yeah, of course. I can put your address down there, and I will check. I know I've added Joanne recently. Jaya, I think you're on there. Would you like to go on there? Or is having Marion already enough, Karen?
No, I think it'd be a good idea to have me on there, because she gets so many emails and she misses things. So I tend to see them all. So.
Okay. And if you do want to be part of the WhatsApp group as well, that's just a quicker way of sort of bouncing ideas off each other. Just send me, like, you've got the email address that I've sent the invites to. Just send me your phone number and I can add you to the WhatsApp group. So add Kirsty, both the K's. Fabulous. And don't forget, if there is an event that you'd like a person wearing a white t-shirt that says Member Pioneer on it, I'm here for you. And if there's anything else I can do for you, and hello, Marion. There you go. She's you're on.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Sorry.
Where have you been?
Hello.
Where have you been?
Where have I been?
Where have you been? Last 2 minutes of the meeting, you've turned up.
All right, I was at the Victoria Centre.
Okay.
Helping out on the Ukrainian stuff. So, well,
Do you want
everybody.
to introduce yourself to Becky whilst you're there?
Is that Becky in the corner?
Yeah,
oh, hello, Joe. Nice to see you.
She's not on my screen, Marion. She's in the bottom corner, but yeah, Marion, I've invited Becky along today actually to meet you, and then Jonathan said, "Oh, she's not here today," and I was like, "No," but it'd be good if we could have a conversation further about the Ukrainian situation.
Okay, yeah. If you want to send us your email the other day, somebody's speaking. I saw your email the other day. I think you were introducing Becky to me. I'm sure I saw that.
Not that I know of, unless you know something that I don't know about. But
an email or WhatsApp? Because I haven't been going on this week because I've been off work. But I think I've seen things on WhatsApp or something. Maybe you introduced Becky to all of us through the Community Resilience Group.
Yeah, that's what you see. Yeah, that's what you see. But we'll take the call off here anyway, and we'll message at some other point and get conversation flowing, because obviously we look at the Becky is a Ukrainian sponsor of a family from Ukraine, so we're just looking at what's going on and what further support they're going to need, and also what more people could do. So
fabulous. Yeah. Okay, I think you know what you do. Anyway, everybody, it is 3:30. Thank you all for joining us, and thank you for cooperating in our Cooperate Community Resilience Forum. The next one will be on the last Friday of the month at 2:00 as normal. If anybody's got any ideas or suggestions for the content, please again share with me, and I'll do my best for you. Okay, thank you all, and have a lovely weekend.
Yeah, take care, everybody.